Yeah, the Cubs also have a guy like Carl Edwards, who is there, who could possibly close for you. You have Rendon, Stropey in the bullpen. You have some good bullpen arms, but you want to shore it up, like you said. So we'll see what they do there.
Yeah.
All right, Dexter, where's he going?
I'm still sad about Dex, the fact that he might be leaving. And to double it, everyone has been saying this one team that I don't want to talk about. And you have it written down here in the doc, Drew, but I just don't want to see it happen. I still think maybe he comes back to the Cubs, maybe. I don't know what your thoughts are.
Dex, go get that money, man. Go get that money.
But not get your money, but not there.
I think he's gonna go there. I think the Cardinals would totally pull a move like this.
It makes so much sense for their baseball team.
It really does. And I mean, there's a reason why everyone's saying it, because it really does make sense.
Yeah.
So I think Fowler's going to the Cardinals unless he has he takes a hometown discount or something.
Well, is there a chance he's like, I'm not playing for that team, like I'm a Cub?
Yeah, there's a chance.
That's just wishful
There's
thinking.
There's a chance. I would love that. If he went anywhere else, I would be.
I hope Theo's like, come on, Dex, you know you don't want this. Like, go to Baltimore again. They like you, remember?
Yeah, they signed you for a day.
You were an Oriole for
you were there
13 minutes.
Those were the sad 13 minutes.
Yeah, they were. I was sad. Anthony Rizzo was sad.
I think Fowler's a big part of the clubhouse too. I think the Cubs might be missing some good clubhouse guys next year. Ross, Fowler.
Yeah.
Some good guys who rally the troops. I mean, they still have good chemistry and good clubhouse guys. Don't get me wrong. They're not going to implode. But you miss guys like that. You miss the fun guys.
Yeah, you do. You do. But you also, those guys left knowing that they'll be okay without him, if that makes any sense. I think those guys put in a plan where they're like, once I'm gone, it'll be okay, then I'm gone. I think Ross was looking ahead in that matter.
Yeah, Ross wanted his AARP card and wanted to get Tech out of there. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, we'll keep you posted on Cubs free agency stuff moving forward.
I love baseball free agency. It's so good.
It is fun.
Even in a down year, I'm going to enjoy it.
It is fun. There have been many occurrences. I remember the Lester year for one. I remember the Jason Hayward signing. Blake and I, both of those signings, I've called Blake. I broke the Lester news to Blake.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. I gave Blake a phone call.
Yeah, you did. You did.
It was like at 2 a.m. or something. It was pretty late.
Yeah, I was literally right about to call it. I was getting in my bed, got a phone call. I feel a vibration on my back because I was sitting on my phone, I'm pretty sure. And there's Drew, I forget what you said to me exactly. You were like, go turn on the TV or something like that. But we love this.
I just love free agency. It's I love the NBA trade deadline. It's my favorite thing. It's some of my favorite stuff. So we'll for sure be all over this.
Yeah, we will. Cubs should be players too.
Oh yeah. Everyone wants to play for a winner.
Seriously, who wouldn't want to play for this team right now? And
Randall
also,
Grichuk.
Hey, he would love. Let me just make clear. There's no space. There's no spot for Randall Grichuk. Just saying that right now. But there will also be trades that will happen. I guarantee. I don't know if the Cubs will be in any of these trades, but starting pitchers will be moved.
But I
prospects.
But I thought Randall Grichuk was better than Kris Bryant.
Well, you know what? We can. I don't know if we can finally put that argument to bed.
Yes,
it was already
can.
to bed.
No, it's buried 10 feet underneath the ground.
It was buried before. It never even should have been a thing. Why was that even a thing? But now you can
It's a stupid thing.
I don't even know what you can do to it now. Just
set it on fire.
Set it on fire, and yeah, I was trying to think of like how could I violate. I'm gonna just stop talking. Let's move on to the Bears, please.
Yeah, let's move on to more positive thinking. The Chicago Bears. So you have down on the docket here. You have "Kill Me Now, God."
Yes, I do.
So you're doing great, aren't you? You're having a good time.
I'm doing great. Yeah, I think this is the worst season I've ever experienced as a Bears fan, and that's saying something. So
I woke up Sunday, and I said, I'm excited to watch this football game. I'm like, I'm actually like really, I love watching the Bears. I watch them all the time, win or lose, whatever. But I was streaming the game in my living room, and I'm like, I'm excited about this. I think they're going to win. They just came off a huge win, that Monday Night Football game that we were at, and, I'm feeling good. And then I'm feeling not so good very fast.
Very fast.
Because Jay Cutler had an awful, awful football game.
Woof. Yes, he did. Just possibly the worst game of his entire Bears career. Possibly his entire NFL career.
Just so many turnovers, so many awful throws. He did not look comfortable at all.
Yep.
And it was just a bloodbath. And Tampa Bay, just Chris Conti got a pick six off of Jay. That was icing on the cake.
Just two, just like unbelievably bad interceptions. Just like the ones that you lose control of yourself for a second because you just don't even know what's happening. It was that type of day for Jay Cutler.
It was bad.
He gave away any chance they had at winning that game. So,
what does this mean for John Fox, Blake?
Well, it's not good. I'll tell you one thing: it's not a good thing that this team is 2-7 and seemingly getting worse every week. Like every time you think they're going to get a breakthrough, they come back with this type of performance. So, I don't know how confident the Bears brass is in him correcting it, but, I'd put my money down on him getting fired. It won't happen during the season. It will definitely happen after the season, probably on Black Monday.
Everyone's favorite day.
Everyone's favorite day, man.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. I just got to move in a different direction here. Complete overhaul. But you got to keep Jordan Howard.
Got to keep him.
He's been great. He's been so good.
Yeah, he has.
Everyone talks about he's a fast guy, but he's also extremely good at bursting through the line. And he's good when he's hit too. He can bowl some people over, and he's good after initial contact.
Yeah, those are definitely his two strengths. Patience. You see him, always hitting the right hole. That's definitely been a constant throughout his first however many games. He's like a consistent 100-yard back too. And even this week where he gets 76 yards through a quarter and a half and then only gets like 3 more carries the rest of the game, still got over 100 yards in a game where they were just completely ignoring him, ignoring the fact that he was on the team. I heard there might have been an injury issue, but he didn't miss any practice this week, and there's been no sign that there's an injury. So now you start questioning the coaching staff, like what are they doing not playing this guy when he's playing? Obviously he was getting like 10 yards a carry. But yeah, like you said, all that stuff that's what makes him good. And I think he's the type of back who can be a good player for many years to come.
Yeah, in that Tampa Bay game, you saw Langford come in, and you mentioned the injury possibly That had something to do with it. But even when Howard was in the game, you had a lot of situations where you should have just run the ball, but instead they were throwing the ball. Play calling was a little bit interesting, and Jordan Howard definitely should have gotten more touches.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, you saw what Jay was doing. He was just throwing up prayers, basically. So in that type of game, you got to recognize that you're not going to get it done through the air. You have to give it to the hot guy, and he was even having a good day. So it's just, I've already complained about this quite a bit, but it's frustrating to see that from your head coach.
As frustrating as the offense has looked, though, the defense has had some signs of growth and promise. I specifically want to talk about Leonard Floyd.
Yes.
He has been great ever since his first couple games. He struggled big time. A lot of questions about how strong he was at the point of attack, how he needed to gain some weight. But recently, he's looked really fast off the edge. And that athleticism is showing big time.
Yeah, he's developed more of a counter move. His hands are better. He's starting to do all the things you were wondering if he could do at the next level. And he looks like the next star outside linebacker in the NFL. And in significantly less games than most players, he's already at 5 sacks, and he's getting a sack almost every game, and that's the sign of a good player, is when they can show up every single game in the stat line, and he's done that since he's been back from injury, which is a really good sign.
So if Fox is gone, do you want Fangio back?
Yeah, I wish there's a way we could get rid of Fox now and have Fangio have a shot at running this team. We'll see what happens if they bring in a new coach. I'm sure, the Bears will want to keep him. We'll see what, the next coach thinks. But, he's so highly regarded around the league. I'm sure most coaches would, welcome the opportunity for him to be their defensive coordinator. But, keep him any way you can, because look at this team's this defense rank wise. They're ranked 11th in almost every category: pass, run D, 8th in sacks. So like, he's clearly making a difference for this defensive line, and you got to find a way to keep him around, especially for Leonard Floyd, who is, it's very important for him to get as much coaching possible from a guy like Vic Fangio.
Yeah, I think the secondary, though, still needs a little bit of work. The corners.
Yeah.
I think that's still probably a need in the draft, but the defense overall has looked good at points. It's not really their fault that they're out there for so much time and getting absolutely gassed every single game. It's the offense's fault. So
exactly.
That's too bad. I kind of think Fangio will bounce, though, if there's a new head coach, which kind of makes sense. Unless that head coach and Fangio already have a good relationship, then he might stick around. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. That's all I'll say.
Well, just to put the icing on the cake here and to put the cherry on the sundae, Alshon Jeffrey suspended for PEDs.
Yes. Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse.
I missed this news originally.
Yeah.
I was about 2 hours late to this news, and it threw me for a loop. I was like, what in the world is this? I started laughing out loud. I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, this is actually happening. Like, this is
rock bottom.
Yep, this is it.
Like, this is where we're at now.
And I texted you immediately, and I was like, are you serious? This actually happened? This is a thing? So Alshon, it's 4 games, correct? 4 games suspended for PEDs.
We'll be back week 15.
Man, just in time to finish his career as a Bear.
Yeah, just in time to get the 3rd win of the season.
Heck yeah! Has there been any